And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
It's all in my head. 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 It's all in my head.
You make it still! From within, I'm asking with a grin. It's getting harder to hide inside. There's a frenzy beneath my skin. Painful paranoia slithering up through my veins. Rising cause the madness seem impossible to restrain. Got the feeling that my psyche is bent to raise. Hard to justify it, but I'm warring with my own brain. I won't close my eyes, cause I've realized that in my own mind, there's no way out. Trembling from adrenaline, fighting the beast that lives within. It's trying to break free, so unrelentingly. No strength to keep in control. No, so I'll try to keep my panic inside, very deep below. I fight to hold it in, but it's a battle that I won't win. The terror's taking control of my soul, my defenses is stretched too thin. Painful paranoia feathering up through my veins. Rising cause the madness seem impossible to restrain. Feeding off the feeling that my psyche is bent to rage. Hard to justify it, but I'm warring with my own brain. I won't close my eyes, cause I've realized that in my own mind, there's no way to hide. Trembling from adrenaline, fighting the beast that lives within. It's trying to break free, so unrelentingly. No strength to keep in control. No, so I'll try to keep my panic inside, belly deep below.
I expect that type of language at Denny's, but not here. Well, that's too freaking bad. You hear me?
Because we're throwing it back to Morgan and Luco on the Metal Experience.
All right, we just heard a couple opening tracks. We heard Panic Room by Fool's Brew and Hey, Check Out My New Ball by On My Six. Both those bands playing the Midwest Spring Fest at Penny Road Pub this Saturday. I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle. Sitting next to me is the chin hair of knowledge. Blech. And tonight we are on all the way. Tonight we have on all the way from Lafayette, Indiana. The first time we've had you guys on, which I'm so giddy. I'm giddy like a little schoolgirl. We have Weed B. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and who's missing tonight and what you do in the band?
I am Nick. I am the vocalist for Weed B. Not sitting to the left of me is Scooter, our bassist.
Scooter.
He is up to big, important things inside an undisclosed location.
Scootin'.
Yeah, that's all I got to say about Scooter and myself.
Scooter.
Bitterman.
I am Cody. I play drums, or as my shirt says, I hit shit with sticks. Yeah, I just play drums. These guys talk. I don't know what the hell they're talking about half the time, and I'm like halfway useless until I get to sit down behind a drum kit, and that's about it.
And you hit shit with sticks.
I hit shit with sticks. That's about literally the only thing I do.
I agree with that.
They talk guitar, and I just feel freaking retarded.
Hello, I am Corey. I play guitar and speak it as well, apparently.
Guitar. Do you speak it?
Can you speak a little bit of it now? Can we hear it?
We work with a lot of weedly deedlies. That's how we communicate at brand practices. Weedly deedlies and deedly doos.
Yeah, it doesn't make any
And
sense.
skiddly skis?
Could you skeet diddly a little more in the diddly do section?
Down.
I'm Tex. I play guitar in the band as well. I just recently joined.
Yes, Tex is our newest member.
How recent? Shoot him up, Tex.
Like 2-3 months ago?
Joined us in January.
January.
Damn.
So then the CD you guys brought for us tonight, Tex is not on the CD, correct?
Actually, he is.
What?
See, you jumped to conclusions,
No,
Luco. You
let's-
didn't let them tell
I'm
you.
looking at pictures and I don't see him.
Well,
You-
read.
You have to
read.
read. Words are hard, though.
Listen, I don't
I'll
know
fill
how
you
to
in.
read.
I'll fill you in, my friend.
Party Ghost, cover, Weed Bee, guitar solo, gun.
There.
Oh,
read,
there it is.
read that with different word placement.
Tex, guitar, guest guitar solo on Rum Gun Salute. Oh, Chris Hall. All right, my brother Chris Hall makes a guest appearance on some vocals. All right, sweet. So you guys brought with you a CD. What do you guys bring with you tonight?
We brought our full-length album, our first one, Beyond the Line of Sanity,
And that was recorded where?
at the Bomb Shelter in Lafayette, Indiana.
Lafayette.
That's a pretty sweet
Ancient Hall
cover.
Studios.
I like the cover.
Ancient Hall.
The Ancient Hall.
Because Chris is an old fuck.
He's got
He is.
old balls, old dirty balls.
Old
Recorded and
gray
produced by
balls.
Chris Hall.
Now, this isn't the first. You guys have another CD out, don't you? Because I have it.
We have
I own
two.
I own one of them.
We have two EPs. There was the One Night Stand EP, which was our first shitty one.
I got that.
Then we had a second shitty one.
I mean, I'll go ahead and say it. I recorded the first one, and I know I don't know dick about recording, so. We have the first one, which was One Night Stand, and then we have the Rum Gun Diaries.
It was
our
a step
second one.
up, musically, production-wise.
I own One Night Stand.
It's still considered. It's
I
part
own
of the shitty EP sequence.
Yeah, we actually kind of took ourselves seriously this time.
All right. So when was this full length recorded?
The better part of 2015.
All right. So the whole year, you're saying?
I recorded drums. I recorded drums about March of 2015. It was still cold outside.
Okay.
In 2015 when I recorded drums.
And now it's getting warm in 2016.
And we just released it about a month ago, so yes. Yeah. Sweet. Now that you hammered it out of us.
Tell me. 2015, the worst part of 2016. There you go.
Tell me the
That's
deets.
recording date.
So then, okay, this fucking artwork also. Who did all this artwork without me having to read this? You tell me.
The front cover is done by Tom Roberts. He's a gentleman from across the pond. Yeah, we came to him with the idea, and he just ran with it, and that's what he came up with.
We are
somewhere between the castle lady and the gentleman across the bridge is supposedly the line of sanity, and I guess it's up to you to decide if the guy is on the side of sanity or beyond it. That's all up to you. You have to listen to it for
me?
yourself. It's up to you, Luca.
To me?
It's different for Tex.
Yay.
It's different for Cody.
Tex.
There's 3 people on the cover.
Say me, there is no which side of the line of sanity I'm on. I float down the fucking middle all the time.
I want to be on the side
Cody
with the
fell
guy
off the bridge.
I want to be on the side with the guy with the giant weed nug.
Well,
I like that dude. The like weird dolphin-esque thingy.
Dude,
I just want to be hanging out
that
with
guy scares me.
the dude with the giant nug.
He's like the eater of worlds back there.
Well, so it's like Galactus.
I thought that was the moon or the sun or something, and that guy's just chomping up to devour.
I like the dolphin thingy, Mobob.
No, that looks like from Beetlejuice. that
Disclaimer,
fucking crazy
it's not
thing.
a dolphin.
Disclaimer. There's also a wolf
It's a
on this.
vagina with teeth.
Oh my God! What?
Dentata.
Have you guys ever seen the movie? Teeth?
Yeah, this is the soundtrack.
What's it about? What's it about?
It's about
teeth. Who stars in it? Teeth.
It's about a vagina that has. teeth.
I've seen it like 6 times.
Have you really?
It's a classic.
Why would you watch
Why would you?
that movie
Why would you watch that more than once?
It's his mom's favorite movie. And just
Good question. I watched it with a bunch of my ex-girlfriends.
Ex-girlfriend.
Maybe that's why they're exes.
I think they were trying to give him a hint.
No, actually, I got laid right after.
So wait, you're gonna tell me?
Right,
I'd
he
be afraid.
never brought it up. It's
You
the
never
girls
got-
would come over and be like, "You want to watch Teeth?" And you're like, "Why do all these girls think I want to watch Teeth?"
Why don't
Hey, it was a classic. Okay, I still laugh to this day.
Why do all these girls want to bite my penis off with their vaginas? So I like how you said exes, like multiple, like 43 of them. We watch Teeth every time. You're a funny guy. So was it your idea to watch Teeth or was it theirs?
One of them was at my time. Like I wanted to watch it just because I haven't seen it in a while.
So they did
The
come
other
in
exes got him hooked on it.
5 times.
Yeah, I've seen it like 5 times.
5 skank bags you've gone through that were like, hey, let's watch Teeth and then let's bang it out. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
standard procedure.
All right. We're just getting the time. Okay. We're just getting everything straightened
skinny.
out over here. Yeah, the skinny.
Teeth.
I'd say I've known this guy for like a half hour, and it's like, yeah, I've watched Teeth 5 times. You're fucked up.
Yeah.
That's my brother.
Now, what other weird movies are there
All
out
right.
there
Back-
that I've probably
Back-
seen more than once?
back-
Now that we've talked about gnawing
Yeah.
vaginas,
Back to Weed Bee. So
I've seen the Human Centipede more than once.
the concept
I knew that was coming.
the concept of this album is vaginas with teeth. I mean, why don't we go ahead and we'll play a track? Is this first track an intro or is
The
it?
first track is an intro.
Okay, so why don't we go ahead and play the first 2 tracks
That's a good
and
idea.
get an idea of what we're working with off the new full-length Beyond the Line of Sanity Weed Bee disc. So what are the first 2 tracks off of the CD? Do you need them? Do I need to?
No, we're well
Okay.
aware.
All right. Fuck me up with some truth then. What are they?
Truth, right. Attunement is an instrumental track which kind of sets up the setting. That sounds terrible. I have better words than that.
And this guy writes our lyrics.
It makes you feel like you're on the ship, you know? You're at sea, you're swaying about. Crash into storm, which hits you right in the face from the very beginning. And I think we should just let the song speak for itself, Luco.
All right. Let's do it. Track 1 and 2 off of the Beyond the Line of Sanity full length.
Let's do it.
right, we just heard a couple tasty tracks by Weed Bee off of the Beyond the Line of Sanity full length. We just heard Attunement, the intro into Storm, the epicness. And what was Storm about? Give me a little. What was in your mind writing the lyrics for that bad boy?
Probably Game of Thrones.
Actually, I know it was Game of Thrones. When he came to the first practice with the lyrics and read the lyrics to us, I looked at him and said, "You've been watching Game of Thrones, haven't you?"
There's not a single
Watching, more like masturbating too.
It was.
Why not both?
It was the beginning. It was the beginning of my Ice and Fire experience. I was very excited, but so let's see. What is the song about?
He don't know.
It's about I guess the things that are trying to smash you down, the things you don't even see per se, and you just go on head on being like, nah, fuck you, bro.
Nah,
No,
brah.
no, no.
And you rise up against, you slam him with a guitar solo, which beats him into submission.
The music videos you could come up with that idea alone.
I'm telling you.
Tell
we're
me
visual
more,
artists.
Nick.
We're
Tell me
visual
more.
artists here.
Visionary.
Yeah.
Profits.
Profits.
We wrote Storm a long time ago. That was
actually one of the first things that was written for this album, I believe.
Yeah.
Aside from Rum Gun Salute.
Rum Gun wasn't written for this though. It just was one of the songs in our arsenal that fit the motif of everything else.
So was there a concept behind this, or just everything is?
About halfway through, we were able to kind of link it all together. So it is supposed to be a concept in itself, although it wasn't written that way from the beginning.
And I like how on the back it's a scroll reading off the song titles. That's
Mayhaps it's
pretty
a scroll from the book of the guy on the front. Did you think about that?
What the hell was that?
No, it's okay. We'll up on there.
John Cena! A random guest has shown up.
Hey, what's up, dude? The Metal Experience. We have metal bands on every week. We interview them, we play their music, and talk about dicks.
And drink beer.
And drink beers. Drink beers talking about vaginas eating dicks and fucking, you know.
And teethy vaginas.
And John Cena!
Don't listen to this shit with your kids.
Yeah.
That's about all I can say. When Weed Bee's around, kids beware.
Take it easy, brother.
Somebody
Take
give him
care.
a sticker or something. Come on.
I ain't got a sticker.
I ain't got shit. I'm not.
Unprepared.
Flicking stickers. Flinging stickers to people.
I thought you were about to say flinging shit.
Flinging poopy at people. All right,
That
so
guy was wearing an orange sweater and like sky blue shorts. he was balling. In a Superman hat.
I saw the Superman hat.
Yeah.
He came to the wrong freaking radio
Yeah.
show.
Ball is life. Well, fuck yeah! I'm so happy you guys have finally been able to come out. We've known you guys for quite some time.
It has been a
And
minute.
We came out. You guys were holding. It was outside that music
Juggerfest.
store.
No, not
Botto
Juggerfest.
Fest.
Wow,
Was that
Botto Fest.
Fest.
Botto Fest.
Oh man, I bought.
That was mine and Nick's first big venture until he turned the Doom Room into something like way more than I was capable of keeping up with.
That was our first show outside of the basement when the Doom Room just did basement shows.
So let's go on a little bit about the Doom Room. So we came out to a couple of shows at the Doom Room. We've been to a couple.
Yeah, we came out to the one that Nidosaur was playing.
That was sweet.
That
The
was
guy had
wonderful.
some sweet fucking chops, dude.
That was a great show. Mound Builders.
That was one
Dawn
of our
of
biggest
Dementia,
shows.
We'd be Loose Fist. No, it wasn't Loose Fist.
No,
It
Loose
was
Fist, it was
Arcana.
Antica.
Antica. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
There was
really
one other
awesome
one that
show.
we went to.
So
I
many
can't remember.
douchebags in that show that night.
Mostly us.
Oh my goodness! But so the Doom Room. What is the give a little behind the little behind the scenes, I guess.
Do you want
what
the
is Doom
beginning?
Room? Yes.
Take us back to the beginning.
Take us back to the beginning.
From
Well,
the band to the Doom Room.
Thousands
and
of
more.
years ago in the future.
Wait, so we're going back to the future?
Well, it started in two directions.
In Lafayette, there was mostly an underground metal scene where most of the shows took place at house shows. And when the old place called the Hilltop Fortress was not a thing anymore, they were unable to do shows. I had a big old house with a big old basement, so we decided, me and Cody,
Look at my big old basement.
decided to start picking them up, and
Yeah, I had been in the local like little basement scene deal. I had been in that, like just within the scene, known people, been to shows and everything for a matter of at least 6-7 years. And so I was there from when I came into it. There was a house called the Narrow House, which was the house of a bunch of band members in a band called Narrow House. And then after that, it was the Suicide Dungeon, then Dodge Street. And then after those was the Hilltop Fortress that he was talking about. So it was something that kind of became like very near and dear to my heart. Go fuck yourself. It became very near and dear to me because I've always enjoyed the basement shows. You know, going to those and getting drunk when you're 16 years
Fuck
old,
yeah.
listening to metal. Hey, I'm 24 now. I don't give a shit.
the Doom Room does not condone underage drinking.
Oh, no, that doesn't go on now.
At all.
No.
It doesn't go on now because you guys aren't 16 anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Well, the people that were in the
We're
scene...
the only ones that show up anyway.
The people that were in the scene that were my age then, they're pretty well all, you
Old.
know... Yeah, we've all kind of grown up in it together.
Back in my day.
Yeah, and we kind of like started taking a little different direction with it once Nick opened up his house for everything. And Nick and I started doing it together, and then, like I said, Botto Fest was the first big thing that we did outside of that, and then Nick took off with it.
Just started booking more.
Yeah,
a lot more
I run
bands.
sound now. That's all I fucking do for the Doom Room. I run sound
So-
usually.
Question.
Yes.
Answer.
Nick, you said it's run out of your house? Do you ever get like the cops called, or how is this like a legit venue?
in the first place, for
was
the
bad.
first year that we did it, it was solely out of the house, and that was at our first location, and we got the cops called multiple times every single night until they eventually said that we couldn't do it anymore,
Was
or
it the
they'd
house
find
I think
us.
it
that we
became-
were at that you
Yeah.
told us that they
Yep.
hated you so much they showed up like 2 times in one night?
Yeah, they hated us.
The
They
cops-
really, really did not like
The
us.
fucked up thing was the cops didn't even dislike us. Like half the times the cop would show up, and they'd be like, "Why are we fucking here?"
Like, you know the routine.
And we weren't terribly. We weren't like terribly disrespectful. Like we never
Yeah.
did anything to anyone else's property. Like it was either the first show or the second show. Someone went flying through one of our windows, but that wasn't somebody else's window. Is my point.
It was our.
So we were having fun, but we were not destroying people's property in the process.
The weird thing was with that house is it got to the point where it wasn't even the noise that we were getting called on about. There was a time, it was a Sunday afternoon, we were unloading gear from the night before we played a show in Indy.
So multiple cars parked at our house called the cops because there was a show.
There was
Cops-
6 of us
and the
there.
cops showed up like, we heard there was a party going on. We're like, we're unloading
No,
gear.
they
We're-
called you because they couldn't find the party. They
call-
were looking for a party and just knew that there
They
were
have your-
parties at this house.
They have your number on speed dial? Hey, Nick, we heard there's a party at your place. Can you
Mind if we
confirm?
stop by,
Yeah.
bro? Yeah.
But that's how ridiculous it got.
So now is it like a legit venue?
So
or-
now we book at other venues. We don't have a venue in particular. We do
Okay.
have now a new location that we do house shows at, but we mostly book at there's a theater downtown, an old renovated theater. So we book there. We book a little bar called Jerry Lee's Pub, who've been doing metal shows for more than a decade. So we mostly, I would say that we book events. We don't necessarily have a specific venue in particular.
Yeah.
So
Now, the new Doom Room itself, though, is definitely much better because it's out in the country, and the closest neighbor's like a couple hundred yards away, and they can't hear
And
shit.
we've never once had a visit
Nice.
there.
So the original Doom Room, was it like your parents' house?
Nope.
Or
No. It was me and my buddy Timmy. Timmy hated it. He was very. I mean, he was supportive in the beginning because he knew that I wanted to do it, but he fucking
Shit
hated
changes.
it. Yeah, he hated it a lot.
Oh, and you constantly have people over, and you know.
We don't want people stealing your shit.
To my knowledge, he never got anything stolen. My ass got stuff stolen, but.
So
my
how
goodness.
long ago was this that, like, for like?
So when did you transfer over to the new Doom room? Or
So
the
we
new?
we started at the old house in is actually April of 2013.
Okay.
And then we moved out of there a year later, and then started at the new house.
Okay.
And it was around that time. There we go. It was the transition between the old house and the new house that we started looking for other places to book, and we booked other shows in the meanwhile, while we were finding a new place to do the house shows.
All right. Well, fuck yeah. You know what? Let's get back to some Weed Bee. Let's play another track.
Yeah.
When we come back in, talk about the beginning of Weed Bee.
The beginning.
From the dawn of time.
That
when
is an
Jesus.
even better story.
Oh yes, that's one hell of a story and
Me
major
and Cody are gonna
clusterfuck.
need another beer for this one.
So are we just going in order?
Let's do it.
Okay. So the next song is called
Starlight Embassy.
All right. Fuck yeah. Weed Bee. Let's do
Featuring Chris Hall.
it. Oh.
Down to
Now, back to the metal experience.
Did you say hookers and blow?
No, I said the metal experience.
That's not nearly as good.
Woo! And we just heard Starlight Embassy by Weed Bee. I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle, the
And
chin
I'm the
here
shithead of knowledge.
And so, Starlight Embassy, tell me what that bad boy's about. You don't know. You don't know.
Why am I thrown off guard every time he asks me?
Well, you can give him the lyrical detail. We'll give him the other shit. You get
Let's
the easy
see.
part.
This is fuck.
This is what we deal with.
So the song's like,
weren't you listening? Did you hear the words?
45 minutes ago, you were telling me this. You were saying this fucking crazy story you guys have for this new EP, and you can't even remember the stories
that we
what
already
you
wrote. The ones we already wrote. Let's see. The Starlight Embassy is about blasting off into space. It's about zoning out. It's about
Look at this dickhead throwing our
Visiting different worlds,
throwing the CD on the floor.
It's about distractions. That's what it's about.
Perfect.
See, I can't remember what the songs are about. It's about not being able to focus on the important things.
It's all broken. No, it's all good.
What's
So,
that for?
all right, give me. So, we went over the Doom Room. The story behind the story.
Stories.
Stories.
The story.
The giant clusterfuck.
So, give me the beginning of Weed Bee. We've had some member changes and everything over the years.
Bigger clusterfuck.
And then Texas.
How long you guys been Weed Bee? And was that the original name? Is that what you guys?
Always Weed Bee.
Always Weed
Always
Bee?
Weed Bee.
Okay.
So
Give me the whole background.
Weed Bee started. Weed Bee. We would be.
We would.
It has nothing to do with marijuana. No weed.
Unless you got some. What's up?
So, Weed Bee started in early 2012 with myself and 3 people who are not in the band right now.
Nick is the only original member.
We say original. So then a couple weeks before our very first show,
OG.
our drummer quit.
2 weeks, literally.
And we already had a show booked at the Hilltop Fortress. And I had worked with Cody.
Fucking hot topic.
See, I wasn't going to tell him. So
I was just at one
I
today.
used to work there too.
Morgan.
So me and
Hot
some
topic
shit.
fam, yeah, baby.
I bought some shit there today.
We'd worked at Hot Topic together. That was a while ago, though. And then he was literally the only drummer I knew. So I hit him up. I sent him some tracks, and they were, really shitty phone tracks. I'm like, hey, man, I'm in a real bad pinch. I'm not asking you to do anything other than fill in until we can find someone else. And Cody responds like, this sounds terrible. He's like, these drum tracks are awful. I'll do it. I'll play the show, but I'm not.
The
doing
drums
this.
were like, they were off time. Nothing made any fucking sense. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. Like,
But
I sound like, this sounds like a 5-year-old playing on a fucking first act drum set.
But he was friends with the guys at the Hilltop Fortress too. So when I told him that was what was going on, he was like, okay, I'll do it.
I said, come over, play the parts, and I'll bullshit my way through it. And that's exactly what I did.
And we did. And we played the show. They invited us back. We played a couple more shows there. 5 or 6 shows deep. One of our guitarists left, and that's when Corey got involved.
I've been playing music with Corey for 10 years? 9 years?
Roughly 10 years.
Yeah, I've been in and out of bands that didn't really go anywhere with Corey. But either way, me and Corey, we kind of learned our instruments together. So when it came up that, our old guitar player left, I was like, hey, I know a guy. And it was the guy I've been playing music with since I first had a pair of drumsticks in my hand.
It was meant
Cody
to be.
actually quit/disbanded a band he was in with Corey to join Weed Bee. and then months later was like, So Corey, now we need another guitarist.
And you now have no band.
What's funny is that band I had just brought Corey into. That he was in the band for a total of 2 practices before I was like, fuck this.
So that was right around when we were recording our first EP, One Night Stand. That remained pretty consistent for about a year.
Something like that.
Before our other guitarist left, we brought in a gentleman named Colby, who at the time was he was perfect. He's exactly what we needed, who we needed. As we started writing new material that wasn't written with the original members at that point. So when we recorded the first EP, it was all the stuff that we had originally written with the original members.
Wrote? It's a word.
Once we got Colby, we were writing all new material that was new to this We'd Be, and that was the same for another year.
Yep, he was on the Rum Gun Diaries and the main guitar on Beyond the Line of Sanity.
Before he moved to Seattle, where we then picked up Tex, who'd been he'd filled in with us a couple times at some random shows, and then we totally negated the bass aspect of that whole storyline because we had a couple bass players in there too. Cody decided to be super cool if his girlfriend
knew
played
it was
bass
coming.
for us.
Knew it was coming.
So we had Cody's ex-girlfriend as our bassist for a while. That ended awful. And then after that we got Scooter.
Stupid cunt.
Who's not with. And then we got Scooter.
And Scooter has been a absolutely amazing addition to the band. He's never been in a band before, and he is fucking incredible.
He loves slapping the bass.
Yeah,
he slaps.
He doesn't listen to metal.
He slaps hard. And he doesn't listen to metal. Colby didn't listen to nearly as much metal as
the rest
myself, Cody, and Corey did. So when it was the 5 of us, we had the two outsiders per se that didn't really listen to much metal, and it really seemed to fill in the gaps.
It was able to add a lot of different variations to our music that probably wouldn't have come together had it been a group of 5 metalheads.
Leading to what you commented on with, every single song has its own little
different sound.
Yeah.
So going back to that whole thing, what influences you guys?
A lot of stuff.
How about we go around the line real quick? Vague.
Come back to
Sounds
Nick.
good.
He doesn't know what's going on.
What influences you, Luco? Why are you such a dickhead?
Because I
Shitty
noticed
bar food.
I did
Delicious bar food
notice
and
your
free cocktails.
coat with the vector patch and the Insafirum patch and all that stuff.
Yeah, I would say the first thing that really inspired me to play music, because I don't play an instrument per se, but it was
The voice is an instrument.
in itself. You're right.
It could be
You're
manipulated.
right. I listened to a lot of Between the Buried and Me, Tool, Iron Maiden, Mastodon, stuff along those lines. Cody, you're welcome to start whenever you like. You want me to list 15, 20 bands that influenced me?
Keep going. I like hearing you try to bullshit your way through an interview.
I've talked
All
enough.
right. My influences kind of range all over the freaking place, so I'll have to keep it short. I listen to everything from weird big band jazz shit like Frank Sinatra and Dean Miller. Go fuck yourself. I listen to his shit all fucking day. That's an influence. I beat the shit out of my drum set because of this cocksucker. But that went south real fast.
He doesn't want to know what you listen to. He wants to know what influences you.
But it is a combination of the two.
Yeah, it is. Because I listen to a lot of big band jazz shit.
Nice,
and
nice.
Like, in that last song, Starlight Embassy, I tried to throw in something that I'm still not fully comfortable with, which was variations of jazz drumming. Obviously, it's nowhere near the full extent of what jazz drumming really is, because it's the most difficult shit in the world to play, at least as far as drummers go. You know, I saw something not too long ago that was just like, you know, heavy metal drumming where, you know, they make something that's kind of easy look really hard, and then jazz drumming, and it had a picture of fucking Benny Greb, and it's like jazz drumming playing extremely difficult shit and making it look like child's play. And that's exactly accurate. And in Starlight Embassy specifically, that's one area or one song where I really tried to pull some of that out. And so that's where my little bits of jazz influence kind of came in. But other than that, obviously, like, a lot of the start of it was Metallica, Megadeth. You know, huge Megadeth fan. And then as the years have gone by, Chris Adler, Lamb of God, is one of my big influences. And then Mike Portnoy, pretty much everybody that every big drummer ever looks up to, I'm kind of following that in that footstep.
So Lars,
Gene Hoglan.
Gene Hoglan is my fucking hero.
Lars was a huge influence on you.
Met
Not really.
The snare.
That was my
He
start.
loves that snare.
I met Gene Hoglan.
Go fuck yourself.
I met him outside.
You can ask any of these guys. Gene Hoglan is my favorite fucking drummer in the world.
I met that dude outside of the Rams Head in Baltimore, Maryland. I saw him perform with Dark Angel at Maryland Death Fest. And I come out of a bar. He's outside standing there with the singer of Dark Angel. And I have a picture with me and Gene Hoglan sitting on my computer.
He's a huge man.
I saw him with Death Clock.
He's gotten smaller.
Has he?
He lost a shit ton of weight.
Yes,
What?
yes, he did.
That's not cool.
If he got bigger, he'd be dead.
Pretty much. But no, Gene Hoglan.
I'm still surprised by how like big he is. How like
Easy.
He's a machine.
amazing he is on drums.
How easy.
His nickname is the Atomic Clock.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Gene Hoglan is my favorite drummer, and my favorite drum album of all time that, while we're talking about influences, the number one album that has been an influence to me on drums is Symbolic by Death.
I knew it.
yes.
I was like, how did he not mention
It's getting
Death?
there. It's getting
How
there.
had he not mentioned Death
It's
yet?
getting there, man.
Did you ever see him play with the Death to All tribute band?
No.
It was fucking sweet.
Fuck yourself.
I hope you did
die
every
in your
day.
sleep. No, Death by Symbolic, that is the most influential album to me of all time.
Death
I can't
by
play Symbolic by Death is my all-time favorite drum album. I can't play much of fucking jack shit off that album.
1,000 Eyes.
If I could play anything, I would like to play Crystal Mountain 100% all the way through.
Crystal Mountain, where evil takes its toll.
Yep.
My influences are more, I guess, subconscious, in the sense that I listen to like whatever and just let it come out without intentionally trying to imitate. But in addition to what my fellow bandmates have mentioned, Death and Mastodon and Iron Maiden and others, also enjoy a lot of like Atheist, Cynic. More recently, I've been into Hawken, Leprous, Beyond Creation, Consider the Source, Guthrie Govan. A lot of fun stuff, especially guitar-centric kind of music, because that's what I play.
So a lot of like technical kind of progressive kind of stuff.
Yeah, in most instances. I can certainly appreciate simplicity when it sounds good, but I like searching for new sounds.
What was that band you said? Guthrie
Govan.
Guthrie Govan.
I
What is that?
actually don't know.
You are
stumped
missing
me.
out.
How do you spell that?
Govan. Govan.
Check out his album Erotic Cakes. It will blow your mind.
You will not regret it.
Oh, you're laughing now.
No regrets.
It sounds
No
delicious.
regrets.
You're laughing now until your face is melted to the floor.
Guthrie Govan. I just like that name. The name's Guthrie, bitches. Is that the name? Is he a solo artist or is that?
Yeah, he's a solo artist. He's played on Steven Wilson's albums. He plays with the group called the Aristocats. But I'm probably the biggest fan of his solo work.
Perfect.
I do know the Aristocats. I've heard them before.
Tex?
My influences are very similar to Corey's, like BT Bam, Mastodon, anyone who can pick up a guitar and like turn everyone's insides into complete mush. Like Rusty Cooley type stuff. Like it's like, oh my God, you can fit that many notes in that small space. Like I want to try to do that. Like similar to that, like on an old, like really amazing jazz, like Alan Holdsworth, Al Di Meola, guys who are just like distortion. Psh, nope, don't need it. Just way good and just like absolute speed kings on as far as that goes. Just way too much control. A lot of like classical guys too, like or Astor Pistoris and like little like squeeze box. Awesome.
Guthrie.
Yeah, Guthrie Govan is amazing.
Yeah,
Holy
the fact that you
shit.
guys have not heard of Guthrie Govan
Yeah.
blows my mind. You need
Buckethead's good.
I'm a drummer, and even I know who that is.
Buckethead is
Yeah,
like
Buckethead.
my
God.
favorite artist of all time.
Yeah.
Well,
God.
I don't play guitar, so it's hard to say he's an influence, but Buckethead is my
He
favorite
knows all the
musical
tricks, he's
artist.
perfect at them.
He
One day.
is. Who is Buckethead?
Who is?
Brian Carroll?
Well, I'm gonna go,
Who is
Don't spread the secret.
why don't we go ahead and play another Weed Bee track? And
Let's play the club banger.
ooh, what is the club banger?
The next track.
All right,
The Rum Gun Salute.
let's do it.
I'm on this
Weed
one.
Bee Beyond the
Well,
Line
hold
of
on.
Sanity
If
with
you're-
the track.
If you're gonna play
Rum,
that,
gun,
then
salute.
you should do the back-to-back and follow it up with a crack barbecue.
That's not a bad idea.
It's not crack,
It's
Morgan.
not a party.
It's crock.
It's
Like
time
crack
for
barbecue.
Weed
Morgan,
double
it's
whammy.
crock, not crack.
Did
barbecue.
she say crack barbecue?
Yeah, she
It
said
is-
crack.
Disclaimer: it is not crack barbecue.
It would be
Hey
a lot.
man, you guys
Yeah.
got some crack?
Be a lot cooler if
The-
it was.
the name of the band is-
I know we're from Indiana, but it is not. It is not a song about
You
crack.
going over to the crack barbecue?
Hey man, I bought some rocks.
Our band's name is Weed Bee, not Crack Bee.
All right, here we go.
So we're doing Rum Gun Salute, followed by
Crock
Crock Barbecue. Let's do it.
Crock.
Salute!
this is Dave on the Metal Experience, and I play drums in the band Alethea. And not only do we make orgasms out of your ears, we make good friends too. I'm gonna introduce you to my bandmates right over here. I'm Jake.
I'm Jake.
I'm Zach. And that's the sound of you coming.
Woo! All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, brother.
We just heard party.
We just heard a twofer. We heard a Rum Gun Salute and Croc Barbecue. I am Luke O'Blaze, Morgan Danielle, the chin hair of knowledge. What were those last two tracks about?
Well, Rum Gun Salute's just about straight up getting down. Partying. It's completely the story of how we started and
party liquor.
What the Doom Room was all about.
Just
getting drunk and having a big party. It was during one of our shows.
It was the EP release show.
I came out with a squirt gun
full of booze.
It was a big squirt gun, and I put a bunch of rum in it, and I sprayed it into people's mouths. And then Cody was like, "We need to write a song about that," and that's how it was born.
The rum gun.
And like instrumentally, the song started out like as soon as we came up with the idea, I was just like, I have an idea for the drum beat. So I was like, just with, just on my drums. And then we just wrote the guitar part based with that. And I thought it was the energy that we were looking for. That's why I said, that's our thrash metal song.
With the booze.
Yeah, what better than thrash metal and booze,
We give an homage to is it Hams? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
there was a lot of hams.
All right.
So if you want to give out sponsorships, Hams, I know you're listening.
Take note.
Out here, we'd be looking.
And Croc Barbecue.
Croc Barbecue is a slightly darker song than Rum Gun, but it's about feeling a bit of a lack of movement in both your environment and your relationships per se. Because
I know
of
that feeling all too well.
Because of people around you not necessarily trying to progress.
What does the barbecue part have to do with anything?
Absolutely nothing.
Perfect.
Because you want to barbecue your Lord.
Well, like like we kind of had this idea of like, Croc Barbecue is like, set the crocodile god, because back in the day, like 7 or 8 years ago, me and Corey, a band we were in, we wrote this riff, and it was the and it sounded like a roll, so we called it Death Roll at the time, and our idea in the song was a crocodile death roll.
Boom.
So years later, we revisited it, and we were just like, okay, so that sucked. Let's redo it and make it better, because the concept was good. And then it just kind of became, concept still stayed as Croc Barbecue, even though the lyrics don't really show that very much.
We like to code name our songs, and we break down the sections with special names. So I'm pretty sure there was one section we just called the Croc Barbecue Riff, and then instead of coming up with something
name.
better, we decided
that's it.
That's how we played it out. Right, we're gonna call this one Croc Barbecue for now, and that's how
We even made a shirt for Croc Barbecue.
Our 10 to 15 fans, they knew what the Croc was about, so we just stuck with Croc.
Yeah, like we even made a T-shirt that was Set the Crocodile God growing up a crocodile head.
All right.
Fucking brutal.
Well, with that being said, it's time to hear it from the chin here of John Cena.
Time to sit back and relax and listen to the one that the metal gods themselves gave us. It's time for the heaviest of them all, the chin hair of knowledge.
Okay, so Luca,
Yes.
what do you want to hear? I've got some the tour news and some random shit.
Tour news first, please.
All right. So Carcass has announced their One Foot in the Grave U.S. tour. It's a summer tour, and support on the trek will come from the New Orleans Sludge Legends of Crowbar.
Ooh. Did we play a show with them?
The Creepsylvanian, which is Oakland, California.
It's an actual song.
It is a song.
Okay, I'm getting taken over right now by a cell phone.
John Cena! So sorry, the tour? What's the
Okay, yeah, it's the One Foot in the Grave tour.
Featuring Crowbar.
Yes, the Sludge.
John Cena.
yes, indeed. But it's the New Orleans Sludge Legends of Crowbar. With Oakland, California, the Death Grind thrash band, which is also one of my favorite bands, Ghoul.
Ooh.
And Ventura, California, metal band Night Demon. The tour kicks off in Chicago on July 16th, but it's only Carcass because their Carcass is playing the Chicago Open Air Festival with like Rammstein and Ministry that night. And it's unfortunately sold out.
Isn't Baby Metal playing that?
They're playing that Sunday.
Nice. I'll probably go for just that and then leave after they're done.
I want to only go to Friday because it would be. I only want to see 5 bands that Friday, which would have been Carcass, Hatebreed, Meshuggah, Ministry, and Rammstein.
God damn.
But tickets are sold out for that Friday, and on StubHub they're going for $150 just for a 1-day pass.
Well.
Isn't Deaf Heaven playing the second day?
I don't even know if...
Do you know who they are?
I do know who
Okay.
Deaf Haven is, and I don't like them.
Well,
What?
Oh,
that's why he don't give a shit when they play.
Because I saw them with At the Gates, and I saw them with Lamb of God, and both times I was sitting in the back, not giving a shit. I'm
Because
sorry.
they were that good.
I don't know if we should blame them or your seating location.
No. I walked out of the venue because
See, that's your own fucking fault.
I don't like them.
You suck as a human being.
It's
I
your
do.
fault because you
I
went
do.
there.
But that One Foot in the Grave tour, July 17th in Kansas. The rest of the bill will join them, which is Crowbar, Ghoul, and Night Demon. It would be July 17th in Kansas, and it runs all the way through August 6th at Heavy Metal Montreal, which is, again, Carcass only. But whoever is going to go to that tour, definitely check out Ghoul because those guys are fucking sweet. They'll bring out robots and spray fake blood just like Gwar. And also I'm friends with their singer. So
Why not real blood?
Why not real blood?
Because you can get AIDS.
Because government, bro.
Yes.
Bruh.
And then
Government's getting too big.
then my other bit of the tour news is Nails has announced summer U.S. tour in support of their upcoming Nuclear Blast Records debut. You'll Never Be One of Us. The tour kicks off June 17th in Chicago.
Wow.
At the Empty Bottle, and will run June 25th in Virginia. And support on the trek will come from God's Hate, Full of Hell, and Eternal Sleep.
God's Hate.
Those guys are sweet.
God's Hate helps them.
God's Hate is like Hatebreed, if you like Hatebreed. And
I just think
How
it's
much hate?
it's like
hey,
then
you
they'll
got
be on
God's
tour.
Hate and Full of Hell on the
and
same bill.
They'll be on tour with help from God's hatred towards mankind.
But dude, God's Hate is sweet. They released an EP where they cover 3 Hatebreed tracks, and they're fucking sweet.
All right.
Well, that explains a lot.
The next 5-finger death punch.
But it's fuck 5-finger death punch.
Whoa.
But no, it's like
Come on.
God's Hate is like it's like still like hardcore punk kind of stuff. It's got like dudes I think of like Twitching Tongues or whatever that band is. And then I got some random fucking news.
What random news you got?
Brian Johnson of AC/DC fame has announced that he will no longer be playing with the band live. Yes, because he's gonna lose his hearing completely.
Should have wore earplugs.
He said in an interview recently that he could still record with the band. He just can't play with them live.
So tell us what we all want to know.
The singer live is Axl Rose.
There we go.
way.
Hey, guess what?
Cha-ching.
Hometown hero,
From
motherfucker. Lafayette, Indiana.
So yeah, he will be playing with Guns N'
Is
with
Lafayette, Indiana, the Paradise City?
It is.
where the
Is
grass is
technically-
green
It is.
and the girls are pretty.
Is the grass
Him and Izzy are both from Lafayette.
Is the grass green and the girls are pretty
We just said that, fucker.
in Lafayette?
In
the
Lafayette.
Paradise City?
It is. Everything about Lafayette is perfect. It's a paradise, utopia, if
a
you will.
city of paradise.
Is it
Yeah,
a city of dreams?
There's tons of heroin addicts and crack addicts running around
There's
everywhere.
strippers that jog near my house all the time.
Hey, Nick,
What?
do you
I
peer
want
out the
that.
window and just watch? Be like,
Yeah, they wave. They wave. They like me. I told you, utopia.
They like the beard, not you.
They'd like you even more if you had the fucking Hulk Hogan.
There you go.
The Hulk
or get
Hogan's
the
not gonna
Macho
happen
Man Randy
anytime
Savage.
soon.
They could be like, yeah, brother,
Yeah, brother.
slap it to a Slim Jim.
What else you got?
Amon Amarth is looking for fans around the globe to be part of their upcoming music video for their song "Raise Your Horns."
I would do that.
The entire band
Tex
needs
is
to
out of
show
here.
up.
He's got to go to
Where
the
is this going to
Monomark.
happen?
It's actually all you got to do is send them a video of you and your friends giving the horns, or like room full of posters or concert footage of a
Doom Room. We can do that.
Like concert footage of Amon Amarth, and then all you got to do is send them to raiseyourhornsvideo@gmail.com or via the YouTube links at #RaiseYourHorns.
There we go.
I'm tempted to do that because I got a fucking Monomarth poster flag that's autographed by Monomarth next to my Unleashed poster flag.
And
so.
drop kick it. Oh my god, that would totally be in the music video.
Fuck yeah.
If you drop kicked a poster,
Broke the wall behind it?
yeah, that would be sweet.
I could go through the window of my
I'd be
own
like-
house.
I'd be like,
Hey, what was that? What was that email again?
that guy's in the band.
Raise Your Horns video at, it's one word, gmail.com.
.com. It's CUM at the end.
Hashtags.
What else you got for us there?
Huevos. And then ex-Morbid Angel frontman David Vincent has announced his next venture as a country musician.
That's quite a...
He will do a collaboration with renowned country artist Danny B. Harvey April 30th at the White Horse in Austin, Texas. And they will play original country songs as well as some fucking country classics.
Are they going to be playing
And the next bit of news, Brantley Gilbert joined Cannibal Corpse.
Morbid Angel acoustic set?
Their new album, which was
Country.
The Industrial in its entirety as country?
All right.
I don't know.
Not
Well,
interested.
that's all the news, right? You got a band?
Fuck yes, I got a band.
What do you got for us tonight?
Motherfucking Nails from Oxnard, California.
Oxnard? There's a place called Oxnard in the U.S.?
Yes.
That's pretty sweet.
It was Nails.
Yeah, we're from Oxnard.
Oxnard.
Nails was formed by
Say it with Canadian accent. That makes it better.
DX Terror
Oxnard, eh?
member Todd Young. It's they play some grindcore meets hardcore.
Okay.
So it's really fucking catchy, and I just
What does a grindcore breakdown sound like?
I think there is.
You're
one in the
about
song.
to find out.
The song
This Sunday at Super Slam.
Sunday. Be there or be squared,
Well, what
motherfucking
the-
Nails, with the song called Tyrant off Abandon All Life
All right.
album, and the song is only 47 fucking seconds long.
All right. Let's do it. Don't they have a music video for this song, too?
I
I'm
don't
pretty
actually
sure they do.
know.
Because I'm pretty sure I watched the Nails music video that was only like 50 seconds long.
But this song is sweet, and they got a fucking mosh breakdown
That would
part
save
in
so
it.
much money on production.
Morgan, play that shit.
I
Hey, this is Snoop from Age Varies, and you're listening to the Metal Experience.
And we are back.
What we just hear, cool guy?
I played some Nails.
And what song was that?
Called Tyrant.
Off of the forthcoming album?
No, this is actually off their latest album, Abandon All Life.
I thought you said it's not out yet.
Abandon All Life is out. Their new album is coming out in like June. Is You'll Never Be One of Us.
The vocalist was very upset about it.
That vocalist was Todd Young. Also, he was a former member of the L.A. hardcore band Terror.
He was really upset their album didn't come out on Record Store Day, and he bitched about it a lot.
No, he said it got delayed. They were supposed. He sent it to the production. He sent it to Nuclear Blast back in January or something like that, and it was supposed to they were finished back then.
And it should have come out already, but
Kinda.
people were too busy with
all
what
the
did he say?
special order
Bullshit.
the
poser,
multicolored
vinyls
reissues. For Record Store Day.
Reissues.
So you, sir, you know
You,
that.
sir, are correct.
I know a thing or two about Nails.
I fucking love me some
Also,
Nails.
like 20 million people posted about it today on Fuckbook. So
that their logo is fucking sweet. It's a fucking wolf head. I got that patch on my vest.
Ripping walls down.
And I got a
John
shirt with a
Cena
fucking
style.
zombie on it. And on the back it says, there's no excuse to return the abuse.
All right. There you go. You heard it. Well, we got Weed B still hanging out with us. What's the next track we're going to play off the Beyond the Line of Sanity full length?
Obsidian.
This is one of my personal favorites.
Well, let's do it.
Cleveland Steamer.
And we are back with the Cleveland Steamer. No, I'm kidding. We're back with Weed Bee, and we just heard another track off of the band's album. What is that called again, Luco?
No, you said you had it. Take it away.
Beyond the Line of Sanity. And
It's the
that
name of the
was-
album.
Yes.
What's the name of the song?
Track Obsidian.
All right.
Number 6.
All right. And what was that bad boy about?
What's Obsidian about? It's about how Earth as an organism is such a beautiful thing, and how humanity and individuals in particular just totally fuck it up. And
stupid humanity.
And
We
perhaps
do.
after
are a
reflection that we can coexist with the planet.
All right.
In a more beautiful way than we are now, because we fucking suck as humans, including you, Luco. Fuck off.
Perfect ending to a perfect story. Go fuck yourself.
I accept that. And so you guys got a show. You said you have one show confirmed that you're ready to release. Show coming up. Ooh, what do you got? Fuck me up with some truth. What do you guys got coming up?
You want fucked with some truth?
Fuck me up with some truth, boys.
We'll give you a cunt killer real quick.
Nice.
On June 11th, we will play with the returning Gorgasm in Lafayette at the Lafayette Theater, playing with Chicago's Elbow Deep, as well as two other bands from Lafayette, Lucifist.
The Lucifist fuckers.
And Dawn of Dementia.
Nice.
They're brutal.
Yeah.
Those dudes are super fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They're insane.
And Lucifist is also the
Super
shit.
awesome.
Yes, great live show. I love those guys too.
Bunch of fuckers.
Bunch of bum fuckers. Well, Morgan.
Fist fuckers.
Bunch of fist fuckers. That's
it
correct.
that time?
It's about that time.
All right.
Loser fist, I like to call them.
Here we go.
I like that.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found!
Only on the Metal Experience.
All right. We got tonight Infernal Outcry from Hobart, Tasmania with the song Eclipsed off their debut EP Mass Extinction Requiem 1. Available now. Check it out. Woo! And we just heard Infernal Outcry from Hobart, Tasmania with the song Eclipsed off of their debut EP Mass Extinction Requiem 1, which is available now. And Morgan?
They're female
You have some
fronted.
fun facts for us about that band?
Yeah, female fronted.
That's pretty badass.
That was some
Check them out, Infernal
Ladies,
Outcry.
ladies.
But tonight, we are still rocking out with Weed
Weed Bee.
And where can everyone find everything that is Weed Bee on the interwebs? On the information superhighway?
No, it's not like weed as a drug. It's W-E...
Apostrophe D-B. Weed Bee. Weed Bee something. We would be something.
Okay, so just trying to clarify the
So when you're looking it up-
confusion. If someone was trying to search, hey man, let's go search for
Trying to
some,
find this pop band. I
some
can't
weed
find it
bee,
anywhere.
man.
Yeah.
Illicit insects.
You say illicit insects?
So where can everyone find
It sounds like it could be
Weed
like some
Bee
kind of like weird
on the interwebs?
The I guess the best place to go would be it'd be weedbeeofficial.com, which is like Wedbee official, because you can't put apostrophe. You know that. And that'll redirect you to anything and everything. You can order our latest album there. You can it'll redirect you to our
Which we're
Facebook.
spinning that album tonight.
Right. It'll redirect you to our Facebook, our Twitter, our SoundCloud, our Bandcamp.
You guys big tweeters?
We're not much tweeters. We definitely Facebook.
Well, what about some twerters?
Are you guys twatters? You guys big twatters?
I mean,
some
we are as 5 individual people. We're all twats, but we don't.
What about? Are you guys some squirters?
I'm not personally. I've heard things about Tex. So
Tex like, huh?
Tex
All
is
right.
very full liquid.
Well, speaking of squirting, we got a couple more tracks to play tonight. What's the next track we're gonna play?
Party Ghost.
Party Ghost.
What's that shit about?
This is our answer to Rum Gun. This is this song is about that one guy that comes to the party and is just he's already fucked up, but he comes and drinks more than you. He does more drugs than you. He's fucking more bitches than you.
Does he die?
He dies all the time. His behavior is just it's always gonna kill him.
So is he like a Nikki Sixx who dies of like heroin and they revive him?
Well, if you listen to the song, then you can hear about the life, death, and revival of the Party Ghost.
All right. Weed Bee, Party Ghost.
This also features Stephen Dilden of Lucifist on guest vocals.
Nice. I can't wait to hear it. Let's fucking do it.
Take it right into the ground.
We are Conniption, and I am Michael Brigham.
I'm Bill House.
Andy Martin.
Cody Juke.
And you're listening to The Metal Experience.
Blaze, Morgan Danielle, Chin Hair of Knowledge, Metal Experience, rocking out with Weed B. We just heard Party Ghost. And
Hawks just fucking
go Party Ghost.
Go Power Rangers. The Blackhawks are the new Party Ghost.
The newest Party Ghost. But that one had featured also who?
Stephen Dilden from Lucifist.
Lucifist.
The fist fucker himself.
The fist fucker himself.
We're all about community in Lafayette.
Absolutely.
Lafayette metal.
Well, we're winding down here. We got a couple more tracks to play for you. But, again, where can everyone find everything that is Weed B on the interwebs and the show coming up?
We got all the stuff you could possibly imagine at wedbofficial.com. That'll redirect you to our Facebook, which keeps you updated about our shows. The next show we got coming up is June 11th in Lafayette at the Lafayette Theater with Gorgasm, Elbow Deep, Lucifist, and Dawn of Dementia.
I know the dudes of Elbow Deep.
That's a sweet lineup right there, my friend.
That's a hell of a lineup.
It's a pretty sweet lineup.
Elbow Deep and Gorgasm.
Now, will you guys be playing Party Ghost?
We will be playing Party Ghost that night. We will also be debuting a new song that is not featured on any recorded releases.
Say what?
So is this for an upcoming album, or is it just going to be just a random live track that you guys keep playing?
It is part of a sequence that we're working on.
Do you guys want to keep it a secret?
So, yeah, what does the future hold
really.
for Weed B? I know you guys were talking about like a concept album before we even got the show going. What?
Yeah, we like we talked about before with the last album, we about halfway through started toying with trying to kind of connect it all together.
Connect the dots.
And moving forward, we decided we'd try something a little more cohesive. We'd start from the beginning, deciding that we wanted to make it a unified story. And we started in the first place that we'd do about 3 songs. That's not necessarily set in stone, but we've been basing it around 3 songs. We've got the first 2 mostly wrapped up, and now we're trying to decide how to bring that all together to wrap up the first sequence, which we think is going to be perhaps a multi-sequence thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're kind of thinking do a 3-song sequence.
We're
and
really
then do something else after that. We're, like he just said, pretty undecisive at the moment because it's still early on. This is the first stuff we've written with text.
Just came out with this CD.
Yeah,
we did. but again, we worked on it for a long time, and that was with our old guitarist. So once Tex got in and we started, we taught him a lot of the old songs that we anticipate still playing, but we were very excited to start writing new material with him, which once we began the writing process with him, we loved how fluid it was, how it was just, all right, what do you want to play? You like that? Good. Well, I'm going to play this. And it all sounds good together. So in light of that, we decided, well, why just write these 3 songs? Let's just keep kicking ass while we still want to kick some ass.
Keep going.
Yeah, Tex is a wonderful musician, and
that's you.
Everyone else.
That's that guy.
We're all, we all suck.
Yeah, pretty much. I hit shit with sticks, so I mean, there's only so much I can say.
Your shirt literally says,
"I hit shit with sticks." Yeah,
human shit. I look for poop to hit with my sticks.
Shit kebab.
Yeah, Tex is a fucking amazing musician, and for years I've known this guy and always wanted to write music with him. Yeah, for years I've known this guy and wanted to write music with him. I've jammed with him and, got all fucked up, and like there was a drum set and a guitar amp sitting nearby, and we played some awesome shit, but we never really wrote anything. So like this is all piecing together very, very well in ways that I'm really excited about. I've been playing music with the dude for some years and never really wrote anything, so it's a little different situation that's pretty exciting.
I'm excited about it. If
you should be,
if anything is like, I mean, coming from like that little guitar solo you did,
the little wheelie wheelie wee,
yeah,
with the wheelie wheelie woo.
We got like a lot of stuff to look forward to.
A little taste. Well, we got another.
The fastest fingers in the land.
Oh,
because he's tits.
We got another track.
It's got to be the last of the night. We're running.
What?
Hey, Tex, you just got to be
the
like
last of the night. Well, then what do you guys want to play? We got 2 tracks left. What do you want to play?
I say we go Between the Wasteland and the Sky.
I can agree with that.
Okay.
That's our epic.
And
our
then
epic.
Any shout outs to any loved ones or any listeners or anybody?
Well, the only person I know is listening is Jess, and she wanted us to wave at her, so that's all real quick.
Hi, you don't know me,
Carmen, if you're listening, hey.
She helped do some of the design work on the album, so she definitely helps us out when she can. Chris Hall spent an insane amount of time helping us bring this together, helping us try to get exactly what we were looking for out of it. Kevin Baum for letting us waste a whole fuck ton of time drinking all his coffee. We drink so much of Kevin's coffee. Any other thank yous, shout outs?
Thank yous and shout outs. Obviously, like out to the Lucifus guys. Those guys have kind of been our bros since 2014?
A
13?
long time.
The first time we played Jerry Lee's, that was when we first met those guys, and they've just kind of been bros with us ever since. And then obviously the whole Lafayette metal community. It's a big, tight knit community. A lot of friends involved.
Family.
Yeah, it's a big ass family.
Everyone's willing to help each other out with, not expecting anything in return.
And we've been out there and seen it firsthand, and we really.
It's definitely something special, and it was awesome to have experienced it firsthand. You guys have a great scene out there. Very, very talented.
The scene out there is very interesting. It's been a scene for 10 years, and it's had a lot of the ups and downs, and then it's massive right now. When Narrow House played last month, was it last month?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when Narrow House played last month, like they've been out of the scene for a couple years, and Corey, when he was up on stage, he was just like, if you would have asked me 5 years ago if I thought the scene would be where it is now, I'd say, fuck no, you're wrong. And then it is where it is now, and he's like, holy shit. And that's even where I'm at, seeing the ups and downs it's made over the years. So the whole entire community, the family involved, it's fucking awesome.
And I think another huge contribution to the whole scene in general is what you guys do with the Doom Room and everything. And I mean, we hear bands go, oh, hey, we're going to play the Doom Room. We're like, awesome. We love those guys. Have a fucking blast.
Nick is very avid about making sure that bands are treated well.
He's so cute.
As a band, we know what we expect, what we would like to expect when we go and play places. And I feel like whenever someone comes to town, they feel like they're being embraced and that everyone is excited to hear them because they haven't heard them. Like, man, if they booked you guys, then I bet you guys fucking kick ass. So,
one thing I think is interesting is compared to other places I've been, people will go to a Doom Room show even if there's no locals on the bill that anybody knows jack shit about. There'll still be people come in because they're like, oh, Doom Room show must be good metal,
and want to party.
Yeah,
I mean,
people like to party
and listen to fucking metal.
That's all we do.
I like the little skull pizzas on this thing.
Yeah, the koozie I've said before. It says everything about Lafayette metal. The
pizza, death, pentagrams, and
scary,
alcohol.
scary pizzas.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out to Pizza Face in Philadelphia. I know those fuckers probably ain't gonna hear this shit, but Pizza Face in Philadelphia. If you haven't heard that shit, it's fucking awesome.
Is that a band?
Yes.
I know those. Yeah,
not anymore.
Those guys are cool.
Technically, kind of, sort of, in a very nonchalant way, is.
Our Pizza Face tribute band has played more in the past 5 years than they have.
the pizza face deep dish fuck face bullshit edition or some shit.
It was gross.
It was wonderful.
A couple announcements before we wrap it up at the end of the night. We are going to
Like
be out
what?
Penny Road Pub this weekend. We're going to be out handing away a ton of stuff at the official Midwest Spring Fest for this year, thanks to Midwest Music Support. So it's going to be 12, 13 bands. Starts at 3:30. It's all ages till 9. You've got a ton of bands playing, so just a few to mention: Atlanta's Burning, Genotype, Consume the Divide.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Remy.
Yeah, Fool's Brew. Let's see, who else do we got? Royals playing, On My Six, 2 Ton Anvil, Worm. Then you also have Caldera, Wicked Deception, Praise the Fallen. Hot Dang's going to be playing. Bare Knuckle Bullseye, Faith in Vain, So-Called Saints.
Superfest.
Sanity's Edge, which is from Denver, and then Scarlet Canary. So it's going to be a great night, and we are going to be there with a table set up.
Sanity's Edge is not the same as Edge of Sanity.
We have a ton of stuff.
I like
gonna
me
be
some Edge of Sanity.
Giving away shirts, CDs, stickers, pins. We actually just had wristbands get delivered within the past couple days.
Say what?
Going to be hanging out.
Got a complimentary one myself.
So it's awesome. We've got a couple koozies left. And yeah, so you can get a bunch of free stuff from us. And then don't forget, coming up quickly on May 7th, we are helping sponsor to push the event for Cancer Smash out at Cairo Ale House in West Chicago. A ton of awesome bands and promoters have come together to help with raising money for the benefit for patient assistance and cancer research. So you got like Doc Metal involved, Metal Deli, us, and then Eric from Rock in Chicago put it together, Gale Force Productions, ton of other awesome people, and the whole lineup and everything. And details on that is on our Facebook page. And then you can go to rockinchicago.com. Eric is going to be here next week a little bit with our guest for the week, which is going to be Ditheist, and he's just going to make a brief announcement about it and go into a little bit of details of what they're doing. So nice. So Ditheist will be with us next week too.
Fuck yeah.
That band sounds so
again,
familiar.
We want to thank Weed Bee for coming out. I know it was kind of a drive on a Tuesday night. We've taken that drive ourselves out there and back. So
we hope to see you again soon.
We will. We appreciate every time many of the bands from the Lafayette scene come out onto the show. And we love you guys, and we want us to keep rocking out over there and keep the Doom Room going and kicking ass. We got one more track to play going out tonight. What is that final track? Before we go out with that, what's that motherfucker about?
Between the Wasteland and the Sky is
Fallout?
is a very interesting track because it is we had a track when we first started playing that we called Trainwreck, and it was mostly instrumental, and we had a verse, and then we had a guitar solo, and that was more or less it.
There was a little breakdown.
And then it evolved into what we were calling T2 for a long time. But it's ultimately it's at the end of the album. It kind of it feeds into the narrative of the whole album, which is being able to look into yourself and kind of take all the lessons that you have learned that you've kind of forgotten about and continue to use them well past when you think you would be. So,
all right. Well, the last track by Weed Bee off the Beyond the Line of Sanity, Between the Wasteland and the Sky. Check out Weed Bee. Check out the Doom Room. Check out the Metal Experience, themetalexperience.com. Check out Infernal Outcry from Hobart, Tasmania, and also Nails, Derek's pick of the week. But tonight, Weed Bee, the last track, Between the Wasteland and the Sky. Let's fucking rock this bitch out.